Good morning. It's Dana, and today is the day that Haley is coming by to pick up the journal. So I wanted to do a final flip through. I made a sort of a crude bag, and I used a satin ribbon, tied a couple big beads onto the end, and that's my sewing skills are lacking. So I used a stretchy jersey material. I ruined a couple of pieces of material initially. Whoop. Sorry about the noise. This was tied on, I forgot. Loosely tied on so that she could use that. Okay, so let's get into the journal. Okay, so I reworked this charm a little bit because it was weighty. So I'm going to go through the charm first very quickly. And that is, there's the mesh bead with the Jack Skellington face, the Jack and Sally love, the Jack Skellington by himself, Jack by himself, a half Jack, half Sally charm. There's this giant bead with this little Jolly Roger girl skeleton with a bow and a skeleton boy with a top hat. There's the Jack Skellington pocket watch with, of course, Jack inside. And then there's just a charm here with a little chain tassel. So this I reduced the weight of it and the length of it by just cutting out a few of the beaded strands. Okay, so again, I used the glitter paper from Hobby Lobby. This is book tape. I used cardboard. It's a hitching post from the Paper Studio. I used a lot of mixed paper. If you're interested in where paper came from, majority of my paper has come from Hobby Lobby. I love the printed craft, so I used a lot of it. Okay, so this is a die cut, a little Tim Holtz dance card. These coat room check tickets are real. This is also, I believe, a Tim Holtz ephemera. It might be 7 Gypsies. For the Victrola advertisement. Then I just glued various laces, and this is a bulb pin with a little dangle that I made. I've got a library card in the front with a cool pocket. I ran paper through my printer to print lines on it, and I put decorative stamps at the top and the bottom. This is a bullet journaling page. I'm not sure some of this stuff is going to show up on camera, but I will let you know probably what's not showing up. This is just a part of a thesaurus page that I've torn out. This is a little card. It says, "I'm not beautiful like you. I'm beautiful like me." I put various things inside the journal. I have aged a lot of things on the edges. I'm not going to go through and say every one. This is graph paper. This is another thesaurus. I love this. I kind of want to read part of it. It's the synonyms for wonder. It includes things like astonish, acceptance, aghast, astonishment, amazement, bewilderment, admiration, awe, stupor, stupefaction, surprise, astound. I mean, it's just got so many fun words. I love that. Okay, again, I love this typewriter section. This might be my favorite section of any of the signatures. At the top, it says less perfection, more authenticity. At the bottom, it says own your story. And there's an antique typewriter here that looks very much like mine. There's hello friend and some typewritten craft paper. And then I just stamped this little typewriter on a coin envelope. All 4 of the pages that you see with this at the bottom have pocket. These are pockets. And this is just one of those little Dollar Tree pom-poms they sell that apparently picked up a piece of fuzz on it. Okay. Then I just stuck some things inside for her to maybe inspire her. There's an alterations tag and an inventory tag and some cool little paper here. This is a clear page, but it would not take stamps, so I did not stamp the clear page. The centerfold, of course, is Jack Skellington, and on the ends, this is where my first signature is tied. I used black and white striped waxed thread, and I had stamped out some hearts. or I'm sorry, I had punched out some hearts for the end of the strings. So, of course, on the other side of this signature, we just have the opposite. We have the clear paper. I found this cool little letter paper clip and tied a bow onto it. I made a little envelope with my coffee stained pink paper and stamped Jack and Sally on a piece of paper and cut it out and glued it on there. And then I've sewed with some gold thread, just making a little place to put private notes. I've glued a button with a ribbon that I've tied through it. Stamp Just Create here. This says Your Story Matters. This says Make Room for Your Voice. And then again, here's the other half of that type paper. It looks like typeset. I just love that paper. Okay, then I've stamped another typewriter here to cover up some glue that rode through on this page. Okay, so here's the other half of the graph paper. I've made a pocket here. This is cool. This is a Jack Skellington earring. I don't know if you can see it. Let me hold it up. That I found. Let me see. Where's my camera? Obviously, I have no idea. It's an earring. It's a rhinestone earring. And so I just bent the back, popped it through the paper, and then I just put like a decoration on the back of the paper just to add interest here. I've also stapled this here. I love this script paper, again, with the craft paper, the other half of that bullet journal, the lined paper, and then that's the end of the first signature. I did decorate the outside quite a bit. I just wanted to show her what she could do, what you can do. You can make any page, anything, or you don't have to, you know. Okay, so on the next signature, this is Sally's signature. And again, I made this with a tablecloth. I made this with a tablecloth and a brad. It's just a flower punched out with multiple layers that have been inked up. It's the same material as this, only a different color because of the pink ink. I've attached a rivet here with a bulb pin and a little pink tassel. I used some die cut Polaroid frames over stickers here. This is just washi tape, again with the coffee stained pink paper. This is a layered die cut. This is ribbon and a stamp. There's a stamp here and it says Love Always Saves the Day. There's this cute little paper clip with the XO on it that Target sold at Valentine's Day a couple of years ago. And then I just edged this paper with this flowery paper. Also, this is stamped top and bottom, more lined paper, more Hobby Lobby paper, just a few punches to make a tuck spot. I found these stickers in a sticker set of the Baby Jack, Baby Sally, and the whatever his name is. I can never remember, Ooga Booga or whatever. I found this. I have this fun little gummy bear charm that I just put on a safety pin on the edge of the page here. I put a fun piece of glitter paper in it. This is Sally's signature, so I want it to be really girly. And then I put some fun decorative punches on the corner. I made a little tuck spot here with some nice cardstock. There's a cutout here of Jack off the back of one of the cards. And he's reading the scientific method, trying to understand Christmas. So I made a pocket here. There's a paper bag, and I've put a die cut with some flowers on top. I made a pocket here with a paper flip. This is just Dollar Tree paper that I've stapled together to give her more additional places to write. This is Zero. I'll hold the book up. This is Zero. It's a button I found in a set at Joann's. And that's also where I found the Jack and Sally button. Let me turn this light a little bit. Watch me knock it over. My light is not as stable as I would like it to be. But so then this is some fabric, this too, that I found at Joann's, cut out and just made pockets. And then I've glued a little bling here and there. Then I've just added some additional paper here and there. Fun things. I edged this in pink ink. So I just tucked some other things in the pockets, made some tags. This again is a piece of the cloth from Joann's. This is a pink index card, one of those old-fashioned phone message strips. This is just what I thought was a pretty, this is from Recollections. It's just a pretty rhinestoned hairpin. Okay, this says, believe that happy girls are the prettiest girls. I believe that happy girls are the prettiest girls. And it's Audrey Hepburn quote. There's a tiny envelope at the bottom with a cassette tape in it, which I wrote a little note on the back to Haley so that she will someday find that. Little black dress, washi tape, some fun trim, and I just added a black safety pin there. No idea why, just very random. A little ballerina, and then some washi down here. And this is the opposite side now. We're past the center of the signature. I think I skipped. Did I skip Sally? Yeah, I have not. I put some more of those little heart punches on the edge there. This is Sally's poster in French, and it says laissez-vous. That might be laissez-vous, but when I looked this up, I have no idea how to pronounce it correctly. It says, "Let yourself be seduced by Sally." Okay, this is just a little applique that I've glued to the edge of the page. I thought that was fun. I put a pin through that. Here I've made a tab on the pink coffee dyed paper, and I've put a rivet through. I'm not sure what got on that. Okay, it's off now. And just made a little charm for that. And then a Jack sticker. And because it's coffee stain paper, I had to add some coffee stickers. So it says, love you a latte. And there's a cup of coffee. Here's one of my homemade envelopes in the style of Artie Mae's. I've spattered it with pink acrylic paint. Inside, there's a little stamp with a toad that says, totally handmade. Here is a picture of Jack that's actually glued to the back of this. This is the end of the signature. Just another place for her to journal. I made this weird Christmas tree with pinking shears, and it has an envelope, a piece of paper inside that envelope where she can tuck some personal thoughts in there too. This is the third signature. This was to let her know that she could just do it, do whatever. This is whimsical. I literally stuck random things in here that didn't fit anywhere else in the journal, but things that I wanted her to see what the potential was for. So we'll just flip through real quick. This is just a collection of stamps and washi. This is a paper bag that I've made a little index card for. This is a sticker. Again, the lined paper that's been stamped top and bottom. This was just a Mod Podge of things. It says, I would rather be happy than dignified, be adventurous, love each other, keen. Just some little hello. This is a cash register and a time card. I feel like they go together. Is that weird? Time is money. Another bullet journaling page. Another sticker. This stamp says, Kindle your spark of madness. I believe that's Dina Wakley. Another sticker. The printed paper. On this page, I've added the strip of the pretend negative strip that I made way back when I was making Memdex cards. Some anti-camera stamps and some things to let her know this is safe to put pictures in because it's all acid free. Made a little tuck spot here. It says obsessed. This says enjoy every moment. This says plant smiles, grow laughter, harvest love. And then of course over here I put a plant. This is a card that shows the many faces of Jack. There's a little explanation on the back. I put a little bookmark in here just because it's fun. Magic is something you make is the stamp at the top here. This is a tuck spot where it says keeping it cute. Again, the opposite page of the movie paper, I put a camera that I just tied a little ribbon to here at the top. This is a pocket watch, a clock, an hourglass, and the word time. Again, just think random things to hopefully inspire her to write or put quotes or whatever she wants in this book. Home is where our story begins. This says home sweet home. This says home is where my family is. This is just the other half, and I just put a few random things in here that make me think of Haley. There's a flip-flop because Haley hasn't worn shoes since birth, I don't think. And just some stamps, some old-fashioned keys. Her mom had some old-fashioned door handles on their house, and they were really pretty, and some of them used Skellington keys. So I have incorporated some keys through this, and I love them. Just a world stamp, a Jack sticker. It says, when in doubt, put a bird on it. Again, Diane Reevely stamp. And so I stamped an elephant on it because, you know, I don't like to be told what to do. Anyway, so just some pretty pink trim with lace. The other half of that bag, which I've cut the edge of an index card just to look pretty, and tucked in here. I made this shaker long ago. Apparently it has a leak somewhere, and it has little tiny lemons in it. And it says, when life gives you lemons, and this says, make lemonade, you're the zest. Different little stamps and stickers, just again to give her food for thought. Food for thought, get it? Anyway, okay, no pun intended. So the last signature is meant to be just cool. I just wanted it to be cool and kind of modern and retro and all things to show her that she can just kind of do what she wants. So I used some stencils, some inking. This is negative print paper. This is also in French. I stamped a little mandala-ish flower, mandala-esque flower. I did no stamping at the top or the bottom here. This is a paper bag, again with the black and white stripe theme, because she loves this love story and it is a Tim Burton character. I've included a lot of black and white stripes because that's what he does, isn't it? So it is reminiscent of Jack and his striped suit. Couple different faces of Jack. Again, these were in that set of buttons I bought at Sally's, and I just cut the shank off the back. Some Dina Wakley people stamps, an eye, very cool. I made an index card and then stuck this in a paper bag that I cut down and glued sequins trim to the edge of the page. I stenciled a boom box here. That's probably before Haley's time, but I thought it went nicely with this paper with like the retro console television and stereo and the record player here. And so I thought kind of cool paper. Again, another face of Jack. I did stamp the top and the bottom of this. Again, this is a card that I've sewn in into the signature, and this is the little explanation about his face. And then Haley loved her Chuck Taylor, so there's that. And then I just did some various stamps and stickers, and this is the other half. These are my homemade stencils. This is just some cool paper and places to write and tuck things into a page. This is the other half of that paper bag, which is trying to wrinkle on me. Again, the antique trim that on the back where the metal rivets were, I put stickles to make it look pretty because it was kind of ugly on the back, but there's rhinestones on that side. More striped paper, the rest of that negative print paper, and then there's a paper bag in the back. And this paper bag was very special to me because I got it from Shell Ratliff when she had sent an enclosure with a purchase. So I was hoarding it. And then stamps at the top and the bottom. So, okay, which brings us to the end of the book. In the back, I have just put an eyelet and a hair tie. So that is how the book closes. On the spine, I have used alternating antique brass and silver rivets to make holes. Not rivets, I'm sorry. Why can I never think of the name of the eyelets? To thread black and white striped waxed binding thread through. So it is reminiscent of twine, but it is not twine. It is impossible to break this stuff. So the eyelet at the top is where the charm attaches, which I have put on this giant round lobster claw, which is nice because she can put it in without harming any of her book pages in between the signatures, like so. Oops, I'm off camera. Like so. Yeah. So, and then there's some fun little things sticking out the top and the side. I also went over and painted the side with a Posca pen, which was really the sides, the cardboard showed, the layers of cardboard showed initially. I did a light sanding on them, and I used this black Posca pen to just basically run along the edges so that you could no longer see that. There is still a couple of places where you can actually see the cardboard. I'll show you how I did that. That just, if you just hit it with the side of the tip of your pen, that covers all that up nicely. So that is it for me in the book. I'm going to do one final touch up, let it completely air dry, bag it up, and they will be here at 2 o'clock today for me to give it to her. So thank you again to her mother for asking me to make this. It was really fun. I was unfamiliar with Jack and Sally initially. Shame on me. And so now I know. Anyway, this is Dana. Dana's making a mess again. Follow me on Instagram if you don't already. I'm not very good at it, but I'm trying. And I have a Facebook page still under the name Constructing Artistics, which I'm also not very good at updating. So if you're interested, check it out. All right. It's Dana. Happy Friday. Have a good day. And thanks for watching. Bye.